Hello and welcome to this first lecture of this new section on personalized communication coaching in this course AI for Interpersonal Skills Excellence. So in this section we will give you a good idea of how can you use artificial intelligence for personalized communication coaching. And one of the things that we will take a look at in this lecture is how to use tools like AI writing assistants or speech analysis app, which can evaluate tone in emails, presentations, and conversations. Right. So, how do you think you can do that? How can you use tools like AI writing assistants or speech analysis apps to evaluate tone in emails, presentation, and conversations? Any thoughts? You know, tone is a invisible layer of interpersonal communication. You may have the right content, but if your tone sounds too harsh, too soft, too vague, or too casual, the message can backfire. Now, AI writing assistants and speech analysis apps help by evaluating and coaching tone in written and spoken communication. Now, how can you use them? Let's take a look at as we go forward in this lecture now. So, let's take a look at using AI writing assistants first in emails, reports, and messages. And there are many tools that you can use. You can use Grammarly, Jasper, Writer, WordTune, ChatGPT with tone check prompts, right? And how can you use them? You need to start by drafting a message, obviously. It could be an email giving feedback to a colleague and then run it through the assistant. And these tools will flag issues like is it too formal, too casual, is it harsh, overly critical, is it indirect, or is it unclear, or is there a lack of empathy? And as based on the analysis that they do, they will give you suggestions where they propose alternative phrasing that sounds more balanced, right? Now let's take a look at an example of that. Now, if you had drafted this original message as saying you did not follow the instructions correctly, AI would come back and suggest, and to rewrite this as, I noticed some instructions may have been missed. Let's review them together so that we are aligned. So that's how the suggestions will come back to you. What are the benefits of using such AI writing assistants? First, it helps avoid misinterpretation, which is so very common, especially in sensitive contexts like, feedback, conflict, or negotiation emails. So that's how these AI writing assistants can help you. Let us then look at how can we one use speech analysis apps for presentation calls or meetings, right? And here the tools that you have are like Udly, Orai, Poise, Gong, Chorus, and Microsoft Teams AI Coach. Now, how do you use them? You need to record yourself giving the presentation, right? Practicing a pitch or role playing a conversation. Then AI will analyze key tone markers, right? Tone markers like voice pace. Is it too slow, too fast? Is it leading to nerves or disengagement accordingly based on too fast or too slow? What is the energy level? Is it flat or confident? What are the empathy markers? Is there warmth? There are pauses for listening. And how often are you using the filler words like, and how good is the clarity and persuasiveness? And then you review AI feedback dashboards where you get scores and visual graphs on your tone consistency, right? Let's take a look at an example of such a feedback. You could be getting a feedback like what you see here now. Your tone sounded rushed, 180 words per minute. Try pausing after key point. You use 17 filler words. Confidence score is 65 by 100. Empathy markers were low, and for that you could add phrases like I understand how you feel. So that's an example of a feedback that you could get. Now, what are the benefits of using these speech analysis apps for presentation calls and meetings? You know, First it builds awareness. It builds awareness of how your spoken word lands emotionally on others. So that's what you can benefit from. The third the thing would be to use AI in real-time conversation. There are some apps like Poised, Team AI, Gong that give live feedback during calls, right? And they alert you if your tone is becoming harsh or monotonous during the call, suggest you to slow down or adding empathic markers, and tracking your talk to listen ratio, very crucial in sales leadership and conflict resolution. So that's what in real time this AI can help you. Then let's take a look at an example. Now, if supposing you were having a Zoom negotiation and you were doing some things, the AI can pop up and say, you have spoken 80% of the time in the last 10 minutes. Try asking open-ended questions. So you get guidance like this. Now, what are the benefits of doing this? First you get immediate coaching in the moment instead of only after reflection. So coaching in the moment is the benefit of using AI in real-time conversations. Let's take a look at step-by-step practice plan. For emails, you could write a sensitive message and then run through AI, adjust the tone and compare before and after. So that will be a set of steps that you can take for emails. For presentations, you would need to record a 5-minute talk, get AI speech tone feedback, and repeat with improvements. For conversations, you could simulate a tough talk in terms of, feedback, conflict, or negotiating situation, get AI feedback on empathy, dominance, and clarity. And you need to then track your progress by keeping a log of your tone scores over weeks and see measurable improvements. So that's a step-by-step practice plan for you. So what are the key benefits of tone evaluation with AI? First, it is objective, non-judgmental feedback. Your colleagues may hesitate to critique your tone, where AI won't hesitate really, isn't it? Then you have repeatable practice. You can, do fast skill improvement with the practice at the speed that you want. And it prevents miscommunication in sensitive scenario because you're talking to AI. You're not talking to people who matter to you, right? And it builds confidence in delivering both empathy and authority and develops emotional intelligence and self-awareness. So those are the key benefits of tone evaluation with AI. So what do we do next? So having looked at tone evaluation, we will now take a look at how can you use these tools to evaluate clarity in emails, presentations, and conversations. So apart from tone, how do you evaluate the clarity of what you are communicating, right? So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on personalized communication coaching in this course, AI for Interpersonal Skills Excellence. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.